Hello everyone and welcome to my The Young and the Restless official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Holden Novak could be getting some new connections in Genoa City. Will Holden score a family thanks to a stunning revelation that just might be on the horizon? Y&R recently announced that Sharma Moore would be reprising his role as Malcolm Winters. Vivica A. Fox is also headed back to Genoa City as Stephanie Simmons, so fans can expect to see them both in a multi-episode arc this April 2026. As for why Stephanie and Malcolm are returning, the show's leaving that as a mystery for now. Since they're keeping the details under wraps, that could be because a major curveball is in the works. In the episodes, Malcolm Winters and Dr. Stephanie Simmons' surprising return has shocking and lasting implications for the residents of Genoa City, Y&R confirmed in a press release. Let's consider for a moment what would be shocking and have lasting consequences in GC. Since Stephanie and Malcolm were paired up when they were younger, perhaps she was pregnant when she left town. Could Malcolm and Stephanie have a long-lost son who's currently on canvas? Holden might be a great option since he looks the part and could use some family connections to deepen his role. There's no point in worrying about dates and ages since the show will make it work no matter what if this is the direction they want to go in. Holden has opened up about his father dying of cancer before, but he wasn't necessarily talking about his bio dad. The man who raised Holden may not have been his biological father, so that's important to keep in mind. Stephanie might have kept Holden's birth a secret from Malcolm and could potentially have given him up for adoption. Regardless, Y&R could have a big reveal in store once Stephanie and Malcolm are back on screen. Could this wild story arc that's coming up involve Holden being exposed as Malcolm and Stephanie's biological son? If that's the case, then Holden would be Lily Winters' half-brother since Malcolm is her bio dad. Holden would also be Nate Hastings' cousin, so the show could stir up plenty of family drama with this revelation. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Holden may have some shockers in his future, so stay tuned for any parental news that might be headed his way. Genoa City is buzzing with whispers of secrets, surprises and shocking family revelations, and this time, it looks like Holden Novak might finally be on the verge of discovering a connection that could change everything. Imagine the possibility. A young man who's navigated the city on his own, grappling with loss, now suddenly standing on the edge of a family he never knew he had. Could Holden finally find a home in the most unexpected place? The answer may be coming soon. Fans of The Young and the Restless are already buzzing after the recent announcement that the fan favorite Sharma Moore is reprising his iconic role as Malcolm Winters. But that's not all. Vivica A. Fox is returning as the brilliant and mysterious Dr. Stephanie Simmons. Both of these powerhouses are stepping back into the streets of Genoa City for a multi-episode arc this April 2026. The city is about to be rocked. And the question on everyone's mind, why are Malcolm and Stephanie coming back now? The show is keeping that under wraps, but the hints are tantalizing. The official word from Y&R promises that their return has shocking and lasting implications for the residents of Genoa City. That's not casual phrasing, it's a deliberate warning that something monumental is about to unfold. Let's take a moment to speculate what could possibly be so shocking that it shakes the foundations of GC. Here's one thought. Malcolm and Stephanie have a history, a deep intertwined past from their younger days. Could Stephanie have been carrying a secret then, one she never shared? Perhaps a child, a long-lost son who's never known the truth. And if so, could that son be none other than Holden Novak? Think about it. Holden has always had a spark of independence and strength, but he's also carried the weight of loss. He's spoken about his father dying of cancer, but what if the man who raised him wasn't his biological father at all? What if Stephanie, in a decision shrouded in mystery and perhaps even protection, gave him up for adoption, keeping the secret of his birth from Malcolm? Suddenly, the pieces start to fit, and Holden's story could be about to take a life-altering turn. If this is indeed the case, the implications are staggering. Holden wouldn't just be stepping into a newfound family, he'd be linking himself to some of Genoa City's most intricate and iconic connections. He would be Lily Winter's half-brother, since Malcolm is her biological father. He would also become Nate Hastings' cousin, instantly weaving himself into the fabric of a family already steeped in drama, passion, and history. Every conversation, every relationship, every secret he's built around himself could be thrown into chaos. The emotional stakes alone are intense. Imagine Holden learning that his life has been built on a lie, only to discover that the people he's admired from afar, Malcolm and Stephanie, are not just figures in his life story, but his actual parents. The mix of joy, relief, confusion, and heartbreak would be staggering. For Malcolm and Stephanie, the revelation would be equally monumental. Facing a grown son they never knew, reconciling lost years, and navigating the emotional minefield of family connections they left unresolved decades ago. Hoi An-ar is known for weaving drama that hits hard, and if this is the path they choose, their fallout could redefine Holden's place in Genoa City forever. From whispered secrets in quiet hallways to explosive confrontations in the Winters household, every interaction could now carry the weight of this shocking truth. Holden, a young man who has always walked the line between resilience and vulnerability, could finally find himself at the center of a legacy he never imagined. But it won't come without emotional turbulence. And let's not forget the ripple effects. Relationships, alliances, and rivalries across Genoa City could shift overnight. The city thrives on interconnected lives and hidden pasts, and with Malcolm and Stephanie's return, the stage is set for a dramatic arc that could leave viewers reeling. Family dinners, business boardrooms, chance encounters, suddenly every scene holds the potential for revelation, confrontation, or tender connection. So, as Y&R keeps their full story under wraps, fans are left on the edge of their seats, wondering, will Holden finally discover who he truly is? Or could he embrace the family that has always been just beyond his reach? Or will the weight of secrets, lies, and missed time make the journey even more complicated than anyone could imagine? One thing is certain, Genoa City will never feel the same once Malcolm Winters and Dr. Stephanie Simmons step back into Holden's life. The Young and the Restless has a way of delivering moments that are both breathtaking and heartbreaking, and Holden's potential story arc promises exactly that. Whether it's shock, joy, or the tangled emotions of newfound family ties, viewers are about to experience a journey that is as emotionally powerful as it is unexpected. Stay tuned because Holden's future in Genoa City may be the most compelling story yet. As April 2026 unfolds in Genoa City, anticipation builds to a fever pitch. The streets of this bustling city, normally alive with the rhythm of business deals, whispered secrets, and fleeting romances, suddenly feel charged with something deeper, something monumental. Holden Novak, unaware of the storm about to hit his life, goes about his days with the quiet determination of someone who has learned to navigate the world alone. But fate, it seems, has a different plan. The moment Malcolm Winter steps back into town, there's an undeniable tension in the air. Sharma Moore's presence is magnetic, commanding yet layered with unspoken emotion. Malcolm carries decades of history, love, mistakes, and regrets, and viewers can feel the weight of every step he takes as he re-enters a city that has changed since he left it. And then there's Dr. Stephanie Simmons, Vivica A. Fox radiant as ever, her return cloaked in both confidence and the faintest hint of vulnerability. She has secrets, ones that could reshape lives, and the subtle glances, the hesitant pauses, betray that something monumental is about to be revealed. The first encounter between Holden and Malcolm is electric without either of them even knowing why. A simple conversation, a shared moment, sparks a connection that feels almost instinctual, a magnetic pull that neither can fully explain. Holden notices something familiar in Malcolm's mannerisms, the subtle smile, the quiet strength in his voice. It's the kind of recognition that runs deeper than memory, a resonance that seems to hum in the very air around them. Meanwhile, Stephanie's presence adds another layer of complexity. She approaches Holden with a careful mixture of warmth and caution, as if each word, each gesture must be measured against a truth she's kept buried for far too long. Her eyes betray memories of a past she can't undo, a choice that has haunted her silently. And for Holden, there's an unconscious recognition too, an inexplicable feeling that he's meeting someone who has always been part of his story, even if he didn't know it. As the arc unfolds, the emotional tension escalates. Conversations that seem ordinary are suddenly charged with unspoken meaning. A casual remark about family, a comment about heritage sends ripples through Holden's psyche. The audience can feel it, the slow dawning realization that his life as he has known it might not be the whole truth. Every scene is layered with cinematic weight, the lighting, the lingering glances, the pauses between words, all designed to make viewers feel the emotional gravity of the moment. Then comes the revelation, the kind that shakes the foundation of the Winters family. Stephanie, after moments of hesitation, finally confesses the truth. Holden is her son, the child she gave up, kept secret from Malcolm all those years ago. The world seems to tilt on its axis. For Holden, joy and shock collide in equal measure. The man who raised him was loving, protective, a father in every sense. Yet now, Holden is faced with the reality that the blood that runs through his veins connects him to some of Genoa City's most iconic figures. Malcolm's reaction is a masterpiece of emotion, pride, disbelief, and an aching longing mixed together, showing a man torn between the joy of finding a son and the sorrow of all the years lost. His voice trembles as he speaks, his carefully constructed composure cracking just enough to reveal the depth of what this revelation means to him. The audience can feel his heart breaking and mending all at once, the push and pull of fatherhood reclaimed decades too late. And then there's Lily Winters, who learns that Holden is her half-brother. Shock gives way to a mix of protectiveness, curiosity, and tentative excitement. The family dynamics that viewers have followed for years now shift dramatically as bonds are forged and tested in real time. Holden suddenly finds himself not only connected to Malcolm and Stephanie but also stepping into a larger, complex family network that includes cousins, half-siblings, and alliances he never imagined. Nate Hastings, too, is drawn into the emotional swirl, his relationship with Holden now colored by newfound familial ties, adding yet another layer to the drama. Y&R ensures that this arc is not just about revelations but about the ripple effect, the subtle tension of glances across rooms, the quiet conversations in private corners, and the dramatic confrontations that can erupt at any moment. The narrative expands organically, allowing each character's emotions to breathe. Holden's journey, from the confusion of this shocking news to the tentative acceptance of a new family, is portrayed with patience and care, making every moment resonate deeply. Romantic undertones, familial protectiveness, and lingering questions of loyalty and trust create a rich tapestry for the story to unfold. Holden's life, once solitary, is now intricately woven into the city's emotional landscape. Viewers can't help but feel the highs and lows along with him, the exhilaration of finding family, the pang of years lost, and the emotional weight of navigating relationships with those who have shaped Genoa City for decades. As the episodes progress, the arc promises to deliver the full spectrum of human emotion, laughter, tears, love, heartbreak, and reconciliation, all against the backdrop of Genoa City's iconic streets and storied halls. The presence of Malcolm and Stephanie doesn't just create drama, it breathes life into Holden's character in ways viewers have been waiting for. Suddenly, the city feels alive in a new way, every corridor and cafe humming with the possibilities of connection, secrets, and revelation. This is more than a storyline, it's a journey. a young man discovering who he is, a family reconciling with the past. Genoa City standing witness to the power of truth, the complexity of relationships, and the enduring strength of love. And as Holden steps into his newfound role as son, brother, and cousin, audiences are left on the edge of their seats, hearts racing, eyes glued to the screen, eagerly anticipating each next twist, turn, and tender moment. With Sharma Moore and Vivica A. Fox returning to the screen, Y&R promises an arc that is both epic and intimate, grand in its emotional stakes, yet deeply personal in its storytelling. For Holden Novak, the road ahead is uncertain, thrilling, and charged with the raw energy of family, legacy, and love finally revealed. And for the audience, every heartbeat of this story is a reminder of why Genoa City continues to capture imaginations, because the drama, the emotion, and the human connections are more alive than ever. The question now is not if Holden will embrace his past, but how he will navigate a present suddenly overflowing with love, tension, and the powerful truth of who he really is. One thing is certain, Genoa City will never be the same, and neither will Holden Novak.